Well, hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to CPTV. My name is Andrew, and we are joined by the very one and only Cruise Planner's Chief Strategy Officer, Mr. Scott Koepf. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Andrew. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, good, great.
We're so happy to have you here. You are an industry veteran. You've been in this industry a long time, and we have a lot of great questions to ask you, so stick around.
Fire away.
All right. So, Scott, where'd you come from? What industry do you come from?
Well, that's a great question. As you mentioned, I've been in this industry a very long time. I mean, Noah and I were good friends on the first cruise, but we definitely have been in the industry for almost 40 years, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. Prior to that, I had kind of a varied career that isn't really connected all that much to the travel industry. I was a professional opera singer for a while. I did Broadway-style dinner theater for a long time. And then also did some sales. I sold Yellow Page ads, and then landed in the cruise business of all places. And again, have been there about 40 years. So it's been a great career. It's
pretty interesting. You and I have kind of a similar past because I came from not opera, but theater, dinner theater. So it's kind of interesting that we kind of wound up in the cruise industry.
Yeah,
right?
Be careful, people. We might break into song here. You just never know when it's going to come out.
You never know. So what we wanted to ask you today specifically is for someone, why I bring it up, who isn't in the cruise industry. It can be overwhelming, right? Mm-hmm. Especially if you're not working with a host company. So why would you make the career switch, number one, and why would you choose Cruise Planners?
So really great question, and obviously there's a huge opportunity in travel itself. So first of all, the overall industry is exploding, doing incredibly well, not only just the cruise business, but tours, destinations, all-inclusive resorts, which we sell all of, and we're one of the top sellers of all those types of products that are out there as Cruise Planners. But for someone coming in, there's basically two things that I will always recommend that someone coming into this industry needs to have. And one is, you gotta love travel. I mean, at the end of the day, it is the product you're gonna talk about, it's the product you're involved with. So if you're interested in travel and that kind of just fires you up and you're passionate about it, that's really important to get in. But the second is probably just as important, and that is you have to love helping people. Mm-hmm. And the beautiful thing about being in this travel industry is that that's what you do. You basically make people happy, and you make people reach the kind of experiences that they will always remember. One of the greatest quotes I remember hearing a while back was that somebody said, well, what business are you in? And they answered, oh, I'm in the mantelpiece business. I said, well, what? The mantelpiece business? You know, I got a fireplace? And he goes, yeah, I'm in the mantelpiece business. And he said, well, how can that be? You make the little wood thing? No. He goes, I'm the guy that puts the pictures in all of the pictures that lay on the mantelpiece. And it's true. Think about it. Your vacation pictures are up there, your family pictures on vacation. And that's what this business is all about, is making people happy and excited to be on vacation. And so the transition actually is relatively easy. No matter what career you're in today, no matter what you do today, if you basically have those two things going for you, right? Yeah. You like people, you want to talk to people, and you're excited about travel, then you just have to get in with the right company to give you all the resources to now make it a job, make it a career, and make it a business that is viable. And that's what we're all about. We deal primarily with people who come from outside of travel. Certainly those in travel come to us also, but we take people who come from all kinds of backgrounds, every background, bring you in. We do a full training program, and we provide all these resources, which really do make us the best choice for someone who doesn't have travel experience, because we really walk you through the whole process of setting up a business and then how to be successful in selling vacations.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting when you look at how we, talk to our new advisors, how many of them don't come from a travel background. It's predominantly more people just coming from all walks of life.
It is.
And when you partner with Cruise Planners, obviously we've talked about in other videos all of the perks that you get. But the other thing I wanted to also mention is that our name is Cruise Planners, but we sell more than cruises, right?
We do. As I mentioned earlier, we sometimes think, oh, just cruise planners. Well, maybe I want to sell all-inclusive resorts, or I want to sell tours, or I want to sell, villas, or whatever it might be, other types of leisure travel. Where we do focus is leisure travel, so the vacation side of the business. But we sell everything related to vacations. And, we are the #1 seller of sandals in the world, which is a very well-known brand in the all-inclusive resort chain. We are one of the top producers of most of the land providers that are out there in the marketplace. So the way I always describe it is that Cruise Planners opens the door. That's all you really want to do with a brand, and why our brand is so powerful is that when we wear our logo, like you are, like I am, and as a franchisee, you would go out and you would talk to people in the grocery store, and people will actually say, oh, cruises. Now they might say, oh, I've been on 12 and I can't wait, and then they want to talk to you because they're a cruiser, or they might say, I'm not sure cruising's my thing. Doesn't matter, because they've opened the conversation, and that's what a brand is for.
For sure. You have the cachet of having your own branded website when you join us, right? But you have all of the power, the machinery of Cruise Planners behind you, which is just the best of both worlds.
Right, and we try to make everything as turnkey as we can. So, the business comes down to, obviously, there's a lot of foundational elements that we teach around our technology and around how to set up your business, and really things about how to control your time and best use your time. Because we have people who join us who, some of them are part-time because they have a full-time job, some of them want to make this full-time, or a transition between the two. And all of that is available through us. We have no quotas, we have no system that says you have to do this or this. Completely up to you as a home-based franchise how you're going to develop and work the business. But no matter how many hours you put in, the key is how efficient are you with those hours. And that's what our technology does. But at the end, most of our business is going to be focused on marketing. In other words, people need to know you exist, and they need to know what you do. And then sales, and then how to get them through the process to actually book their trips with you. And so we spend a lot of time digging into that, teaching on that, giving you the resources, and we've built the entire system basically designed around that.
Yeah, and we get some questions sometimes, even people that know that I work at Cruise Planners, right? I work at the home office, I'm not an advisor, but how do you make money? I know it sounds great in theory, and all of it sounds great. I can work from home and I can travel the world, but how at the end of the day do I make money?
So it's a great question. Basically, the way the structure works in our industry is it's based on a commission, and the suppliers basically are the ones that pay you. So,
are the vendors.
That's right, the suppliers. So the cruise lines themselves, or the tour operators, or the resort companies will actually pay you. Now the beauty of that is that means that consumers will never pay more using a travel advisor. So if you think, oh, if I book this direct or I call direct, I'm getting a better deal. Actually, it's the opposite is true, that the consumer is going to get a better deal, and not to mention phenomenal service by going through a travel advisor. Yeah. So there's an opportunity there that again, a lot of people think, well, I'll do it myself, right? The do-it-yourself market. Well, I can book something. And yes, the answer is certainly you can book things, but the reality is that an expert, just like a travel advisor under Cruise Planners, can really help people not only save money, but save an amazing amount of time, and make sure that you make the right choice. There's nothing more expensive than the wrong vacation, because you got 7 days where you can't ever get it back, and or 3 days or whatever it might be, but that is so valuable, and so you want someone to help you and to put all that together to really make it work. So what happens is that the booking is made with one of those suppliers, and then they pay a commission, and then that commission is how you make your income.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, a lot of jobs are based on commission, and we have some advisors that do a really good job at it.
Yes, indeed. And like everything, again, the beauty of our business is that certainly we recognize sales. We are going to jump up and down for people who are having tremendous success in sales.
For sure.
But the ultimate goal is that for everyone who joins Cruise Planners is for them to hit their own goal. Yep. Whatever that goal might be, and it might be a lower number, it might be a real high number, whatever it might be, is as long as you are happy with what you are getting, given the hours you're putting in and the work that you're doing, that makes us happy, and that's what we're after.
And I think especially if you're making a career switch from a million different industries that you can be working in, that's really where we want to hit home, and the point that you can do whatever your desire, whatever your objective, whatever your North Star, if you will, is you set that goal when you join Cruise Planners. You speak to your business development coach,
Right.
and you say, I want to do this 24 hours, hopefully not 24 hours a day,
Yeah.
but you do it, I want to spend all of my time on my Cruise Planners franchise, or I want to, put the kids to sleep at night and then go into my office and do that. And we have advisors all around the country, 2,500 plus, that
and
make
it is
what they want.
flexible, and that's the beauty of it is it's very flexible. And you really there are hardly anybody in our business that has to actually be on call 24/7. But again, obviously you get what you reap, what you sow, right? I mean, so if you put in a lot more hours, you have more potential. But whatever number of hours is, again, there's a huge opportunity here, and really you think about it, most everyone now is thinking about their vacations. It's one of the good things that came out of the pandemic is people are like, look, I'm going to make this a major priority, and they're actually spending more money. They're deciding to get a nicer room, go to a nicer resort, get on a nicer ship, whatever it might be.
Trip.
Yeah, or even more time. Yeah. All of that is good news for us on the retail side of the business.
Yes.
So the timing is perfect to get into this business, and then you can take advantage of it, again, however you want to, and that's the beauty of the flexibility that we have.
And travel in itself, there's been such a boom post, we won't talk about.
Right. That
2020.
Yeah,
but there has been such a boom, and it's way more complicated these days to even book travel by yourself. So why not have someone help you in the process?
Yeah, it's funny that post the unspeakable years, that we called it pent-up demand, and there's no question that when finally ships started sailing again, we had all the resorts to sell, everything was available. Yes, we had this huge spike in business, and I said, oh, that's the pent-up demand. That's because no one could go anywhere for a couple of years, and that's great. However, what's happened is it's fascinating is that demand, instead of just going up and then coming right back down, has stayed up there. And what's happened is we actually say that now pent-up demand has simply become demand. It is just a constant, it's consistent. People are booking now, they're booking way further in advance because they have to, because the space is limited, and that's good news again for us on the retail side. So again, we're in an industry that is going to continue to grow. We are at the pinnacle of that business. We're probably the best known retail brand that's out there in the industry of the agency side, that really in terms of focusing on leisure travel. And again, there's an opportunity for you as a franchisee, if you're interested in becoming a travel advisor, to not only get in new, but to have an immediate credibility factor of a very large company in the industry.
And when you join Cruise Planners, like we said earlier, if you're new to the industry, you're making this career switch, the minute you sign up, you get
everything. It really is. We literally set you up with a getting started checklist, and we walk you through kind of how to set up a business. Might be the first time you're doing a business, so we walk you through all those steps, and then we have really the kind of the pinnacle, I'll say, of our training program, which we call Star University. And Star University is a 6-day program. Sounds a little overwhelming, but we got a lot of things to go over. And it's part of the franchise fee, and it's not, we don't charge extra for it. We even feed you when you're here, It's all we have a number of different speakers, suppliers, trade show, ship inspection. We do all kinds of things during those 6 days to give you the full indoctrination. And it can be a little overwhelming, but it's designed to give you all the resources so you can go back and begin to start to play with them and get to know them, and then get out there and start telling people what you do.
Absolutely. And there, we're not going to say there is no learning curve, because if you're coming from another industry,
of course
everything has a learning curve, but we really take you through step by step of how to make it what you want out of the business.
Yeah, and the key to that too is that we don't just kind of send you this great class and it's exciting and fun.
And then goodbye.
See ya, right? Yeah. We have actually a whole system designed. We've got what we call our care team, which is there to answer phone calls anytime you got a question. We also have a coaching system, which is very unique in our industry, that really is you will have a coach assigned to you that'll walk you through and have coaching appointments where instead of just a quick question, it's designed to dig in. What else can you do? How can we help you? What can we do to help you grow the business to the extent that you want to grow it? And again, these are great people that are really focused on your success.
It's amazing. So Scott, thank you for joining us today. I did want to ask you before we let you out of the room here.
Of course.
Tell me what you love to do for fun. I know singing, because we have that in common, but what else do you love to do for fun?
Yeah, so I will say, you know, first and foremost is time with my family. I love being with my family, and I will say, and not just because I'm in this industry, but traveling with my family. There's I'm
nobody
blessed,
travels more than this guy, guys.
I do, but a lot of it's business travel.
Yeah.
But when I get to go, I was blessed with 3 daughters, and now I've got 4 grandkids, and again, when we can all gather and go someplace, it's really a special event. So that's very, very fun. So I love doing that, and I do love going to shows.
Yep.
So unfortunately, because of my travel schedule, I can't be in them as much anymore. Probably because of my memory of lyrics too isn't what it used to be. But the good news is I still love going to shows, and that's still a driving passion here.
Same here.
Yeah,
well, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Cruise planners, everyone, thank you for joining us here on our YouTube channel. For more information, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Click the link below for more information. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. For exclusive offers and a complete personalized experience, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for post notifications.